Hello everybody, so welcome to a video. Most of you may have clicked on this video because you were interested in what the title had to offer. I'm definitely going to share with you my journey from Brazil to Australia, flying during this current national pandemic. It was a very big process, and I'm just coming on here to film a little bit of an intro because I didn't get the chance to film an intro at the airport. All I want to say is it was a very fast decision, and this flight was not planned, and I didn't have intentions to fly back so soon. However, the government contacted me and said that this will be the last flight possibly that takes Australians back home. So I decided to just not take the risk and skip the flight, but to actually board this flight, even though I had 10 hours notice. But that's another story. So I just wanted to let you know that there are times that were very difficult for me to film because filming was prohibited, and I didn't really feel like going out of my way to get into any illegal trouble just for the sake of a video. So I'm going to try and explain everything the best that I can, and just give you guys a little bit of an insight because it definitely has affected the traveling, the usual traveling flow, and there was definitely some major differences. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so this is Florianópolis airport currently, and there is no one really here at all except for a few people checking in for the one flight that's pretty much flying out, and this goof. So I just finished check-in, which was a funny experience, and I am just sitting up front of the airport for some fresh air because I probably won't get any for 50 hours. And we said our see you laters, which was a difficult time. So when I checked in, it was actually very funny because the guy that was at the beginning, like standing in front of the barricade for the check-in, he said, "Which flight are you going on today?" And I said, "I'm going to Melbourne." And he said, "Oh, is your name Janika?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Here are your tickets." So I didn't even have to really do anything. The tickets were already there ready for me because I checked in online. But the funniest part about this was that he knew my name because that's how empty the flight really was, the small little domestic one. So that's really funny. I eventually passed through customs, which was a very spaced out experience. Literally everybody had to be 2 meters apart, and there was hardly anybody in the airport, so it wasn't that difficult to follow through with that rule. But here I am just sitting on the little window seat looking out at my home and saying goodbye to my little Brazilian house from up above. And as I entered São Paulo, I looked out the window and appreciated all the lights that the city has to offer from up above. So I made it to São Paulo. I'm in the bathroom having a toilet break. There is nobody around. I'm just doing my little things, washing my hands and stuff, keeping hygienic, keeping my mask on. It's really suffocating me, but we're getting there. So bizarre. Normally I just kind of like follow the crowd, but there's no crowd, so I've got to be on the ball. So I just arrived from Florianópolis to São Paulo, and there's literally nobody here, and I'm sitting on these seats in the middle of nowhere, and it's kind of stressful because, not stressful actually, but bizarre because usually I follow the crowds and I just like kind of move with everybody and blend in, and if I walk down right now, there's I don't know where I'm going. I just feel like I'm walking into like a dark alleyway when really it's my gate or my terminal, and apparently it's like a 10-minute walk to get to the next terminal. I'm really hungry as well. I wasn't planning to be hungry, but I have snacks and I have a meal and I'm very excited to eat that. Yeah, I'm in São Paulo, and it's, if I screamed, the whole airport would echo. It's bizarre. Not a soul, except for workers. So I have some beautiful couscous, which was prepared by my beautiful Brazilian mother. I'm going to show you later when I actually eat it, but I'm very excited to eat it. It's got lots of veggies. I have 3 apples, and I also have some baked potatoes, which is very random, but I thought it would be a good idea. Some peanuts, which are my favorite kind of peanuts in Brazil, and I am going to snack on these all the way home. So my mask is off my face and I feel like a free woman. I'm just going to have a nibble on this couscous because I want to make it last until I get to, where am I going? I have no idea. Until I get to Santiago, Chile, because I'm going to have like a long stop there. And I don't like airport food, like rice, but this is so good, this couscous. I'm so excited. It's made with so much love and it smells delicious. Hectic. I alcoholed my hands, by the way. It's so delicious, it has everything. So I promised myself I'm only going to have a little bit of this. It's got broccoli, carrot, sweet potato, cauliflower and turmeric and curry powder and sultanas, which are a very good addition to this. This is my traveling spoon. It's a small teaspoon, probably as small as I get, but it makes every meal last longer so you can enjoy it for longer. So it's about 8 o'clock and I'm here until 7 in the morning. And then I have a 14-hour stopover in Chile, and then I go back to Melbourne, and then from Melbourne I have 14 days in quarantine. So like this journey, it's already begun, but I feel like it's kind of just the beginning because that was just a 1-hour flight. And I'm praying that most of the flights, because I have 3 flights, I'm praying most of them are empty, so I have no one next to me. Just letting you know that my little dream of having no one next to me didn't come true. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this because it's really yummy. I'm gonna eat a little bit of it, not all of it. So all the tables are kind of blocked off so that the social distancing is carried out and no one sits next to each other. There is only about 3 flights for the next 24 hours and one of them got cancelled. So I'm very tired. It's about 11 and I moved into a different area, into a different terminal, and it's empty, so I feel kind of weird. There's like a few people around, like a little kid across from me and stuff like that. This mask is making me like get a headache because it doesn't make sense that you should cover your face for so long, because it like restricts the amount of oxygen that comes into your brain and body. But I'm just kind of like there's like no one near me, so I'm just folding it down a little bit for the moment, and I am going to have a sleep and try and get as much sleep as I possibly can. Like I said, it's about 11 and I have to get up at about 5. I'm going to, and then my flight's at 7. So I probably won't sleep properly, but I have myself this comfy little chair and I can spread my long legs out on that and see what happens. So good night for now. Like 3 a.m. and I'm so tired. I feel like I am intruding into like an abandoned airport. There's literally no one around. I have like 4 hours to go. Look at my red eyeballs. I found a place to charge my things, and it happens to be on the floor in the middle of nowhere, but at least I have a good view of the times sheet thing, so if there's any changes I'll find out firsthand. Absolutely nobody. Just brushed my teeth and I'm heading for a walk. I have about 40 minutes until my flight boards, and I don't know which gate because there's no signs being updated really, but I feel so much better now. I brushed my teeth. I haven't slept for even 1 minute and nobody knows which gate it is, like I just said,
but I had an email sent to me, and I never read my emails before flights, like as I'm transiting, and it said that the gate number is 324, so 324, but no one knows. Everyone looks so confused, so I'm gonna head towards 324, and if it's 324, I'm gonna feel like a very expert traveler for looking at my emails. Little shop, amethyst crystals, some other random handcrafted goods. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, another upgrade.
So it took about an hour longer than it usually would take to board a flight to get on this flight because of social distancing, and everything was slowed down. I actually have no idea what that lady said to me. Lucky I know how to read a ticket and I could figure out where my seat was myself, but not a lot of these staff could speak English, which also slowed down the process because a lot of people boarding could not speak Portuguese. The flight was very pretty and I flew with 𝚃𝚛𝚊𝚟𝚎𝚗𝚒. It was pretty comfortable for a plane. Here we go, São Paulo all the way to Chile. There wasn't a food choice, so they gave me a ham and cheese sandwich, which I gave to the person next to me, and I just had my apple. Look how beautiful these snowy mountains are. We flew over them when we were landing, and I could see out the window, kind of, because there was people in the way, but they are such a beautiful view. So this is the airport and the only waiting area we were allowed in.
I found a place in the corner of the ground near some trees, and I'm just eating some peanuts and exporting some photos onto my computer, and I'm looking at the most beautiful view at the moment. This airport is playing the most random music. One minute it's like Beyonce, next minute it's like, I don't know, Sticky Fingers, and so I'm loving it though. Shania Twain was in there once or twice. See the snow on this mountain? So beautiful. LATAM bringing everybody home. These plants aren't real.
This is the group of friends that I made, and we sat in 1.5 meter distance from each other, but it was such a nice experience to have people to talk to from all around the world while we were sitting there waiting for 14 hours. So here we are again, just waiting. We thought that the flight was going to board about 40 minutes ago, but the signs are not getting updated and we don't know what's going on. So I just want to fill you in on the last part before you see the footage. So basically we arrived in Melbourne after that, a 15-hour flight. I sat in the middle seat of a very, very squishy plane. I was surprised how many people they squished onto the plane considering the social distancing situation. But once we arrived in Melbourne, there was a lot of different processes we had to go through. We had to fill out many forms regarding how we were feeling, our health, and kind of things like that along those lines. It was a much longer process than usual, but after we filled everything out and got through the border security, we were put onto buses. You will see that, and we headed to the hotel. So I made it. I still have my mask on. fresh air. It's been like 3 days, but I just arrived in my room and I was so nervous because I've been traveling for like, I haven't slept in 3 nights and I've been on 3 different planes, and I had a, I'll explain it later, but I just arrived in my spot and I cannot believe it. It's beautiful. So thank you for watching. I cut this video short because I am going to create another video to give you a tour of the room that I'm in. It's very, very beautiful and I'm very lucky, so stay tuned for the next video. It was definitely a very different experience flying during coronavirus. I couldn't breathe properly with that mask, but yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and catch me on Instagram for my travel pics. I'm going to keep posting them because I have a backlog of them, and yeah, lots of love.